Hi guys! Yes, it's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm with my buddy Joe as we talk about his review of DC's News 52 in the Dark. Now, this is the first graphic novel of a series where they basically try to change everything. And I'm going to let Joe explain it to you. Joe, explain to us what this New 52 is all about.
Well, the New 52 was created and it came out in 2011. And what they did is they basically relaunched a lot of our DC heroes, but they gave them kind of like a little tweaking. So in some instances, things were completely changed, whereas in other instances they were slightly altered.
Okay, so basically they're trying to reimagine the DC universe, but starting from the present day, not trying to go all the way back to the beginning again and trying to revamp it. They're starting from now and just making a few changes here or there.
Right, like Superman has already landed on Earth. He's already Superman, but now in this version, his Earth parents are dead. Whereas in the previous one, I believe they were at least one of them might have been alive.
Right. It always seems to be in the movies. They always kill off the dad somehow. Even in the TV show, they kill off the dad. They leave the mom alive. But a long time ago, when they had Superman and Doomsday, and even in those series, the Adventures of Lois and Clark, the father was always still alive.
Yeah.
But now they're both dead here.
I believe so.
Okay. And so, how is this moving forward? What's so different about this series now in the dark?
Well, what they did is they wanted to kind of create a new super team by bringing together individuals who don't normally work together. The series is written by Peter Milligan, who also is known for writing the Red Lantern series. I'm a huge fan of that series, so I thought, well, I'll give this one a whirl and see what it has to offer. I was very curious, even though I'm not familiar with a lot of the characters in this particular series.
All right. Now, and who are the villains in this one?
In the first series, in the dark, it's one person called Enchantress. She's a mystical, like I guess a witch, more for lack of a better term. She would be classified as a witch, using magical powers. She's wreaking havoc on the world. They bring in the Justice League for like the first issue, and they find out, hey, we can't stop this girl. So that was one thing I didn't really care for in this series, was the introduction. I understand why they brought the Justice League in, but in all honesty, I didn't feel that it translated that well. It made them look kind of weak.
Right.
Being like this iconic hero group that was come around like in the 60s. It's like, we have a problem we can't solve. Okay, we'll leave, and hopefully someone else will solve it for us.
Oh, so they didn't find anybody else to solve it or anything?
They just basically, they noticed that Superman was getting hurt because he is vulnerable to magic, and it's like, okay, now what's going on? Once that happened, Superman was gone.
But they have magic people in the Justice League, don't they?
Not the New 52.
Ah,
The New 52 is basically, it's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, an Aquaman, and Cyborg.
Okay. So now they're up against an evil even they can't fight.
Right.
But what happened? I mean, the evil doesn't win, does it? Or
no, because
what do they do?
They realize Madame Xanadu, she's a clairvoyant. She sees the future, and she realizes, we need to put together a group of people that know the mystical arts. So she brings together people like Zatanna, Deadman, who's the bald guy, bald white guy, yep. John Constantine. I'm trying to remember some of the other guys.
No, that's okay. That's a good start there. But I mean, eventually, do they defeat it in this one, or is there like a sequel?
Yes, this one is a standalone where they actually they actually bring all these people together and they fight a battle basically on two fronts. One of the problems I had with this, though, was Zatanna was the most famous person in this group. They didn't do a lot of explaining of the other characters, such as John Constantine. I was trying to remember the other guy's name. Shade, that was his name. He's got the Metavest. Some of these guys, you don't really, they're not really common knowledge in the DC universe. So I think it would have been better to kind of focus on them a little bit more. Not necessarily focus on them, but just do a little bit more of a backstory.
Give them some more details on who they are and where they came from.
Like when the Justice League,
right.
the core Justice League came out, every issue centered around just reintroducing us to these characters. It started with Batman and Green Lantern. Then it brought in, there was an issue that dealt with Superman and how he confronted them. And then they brought the Flash in. And Wonder Woman, whereas Justice League Dark, it seemed like they were just, everybody was having their storylines going on at the same time, which I understand the purpose of that. But with characters who aren't as iconic as our classic leaguers, it would have been nice to get a little bit more of a little story with them.
All right, so let's wrap this up now. Tell me, for the first issue of Justice League Dark, would you say it's a read it, pass on it, or decide?
I would say it's a decide because if you're a fan of magical stuff and you feel that you don't get a lot of that in comics, this is definitely it. You've got like pretty much any aspect of magic or mysticism covered in this one. If you're looking for a straight up superhero, I've got superpowers. I'm going to fight a big bad villain. It just does have that. Like I said, some of the characters you're not really familiar with. Myself, I'm glad I did read it. I don't see me, going after this title. I mean, I'll probably get Volume 2 when it comes out, but I won't get a ongoing subscription.
Right, I hear you. Well, Joe, thank you very much for those insights and all that. We hope to hear more about what's going on in the DC universe and comic book universe in general.
Have a nice day.